to attempt to embroider onto this tote bag. And what I'm gonna embroider is inspired by To All the Boys I've Loved Before. And if you haven't seen the movies or even read the books, you should definitely check them out because they are really good. So to embroider, you're gonna need a few things. First, you're gonna need some type of fabric, embroidery thread, and some needles. You'll also need an embroidery hoop, but I don't have that. So we're gonna make do without one and hope for the best. And a disclaimer, this is not a tutorial because I don't know what I'm doing. I've never embroidered anything in my life before, but I thought it'd be fun. And I also had this plain tote bag laying around, so I was like, might as well give it a shot. If it doesn't turn out well, we can always try again. So before I get started, I am going to sketch out my design onto this bag, and then we're gonna go for it. Okay, so before we get started, I actually sketched out a brief, oh, you're upside down. I sketched out a rough sketch of what I wanted, so it's like a silhouette of Laura Jean and Peter with a quote underneath. So it's gonna be super simple because I've never embroidered before and this could be a disaster for all we know. But we're gonna sketch that out onto our tote bag and then get started. Okay. I have my tote bag and I also have a cutting mat inside so that it's a hard surface for me to write on, and my design. This is gonna be a struggle because I'm drawing people without a real reference. Okay, let's say that's roughly the middle. And I would want him to be there. Oh boy, this is so much harder than I thought it'd be. It's not bad, but it's a little too skinny. I need to do some erasing. If you're drawing on canvas, just know it's hard to erase. Because this doesn't really work out. We are contemplating all the choices that I've made. I mean, they look like two people. They just don't really look like the two people they're supposed to be. I feel like I should have made the design a little higher. It's feeling a little bit low on the back. Wow, they really don't look like what it's supposed to look like. I think I'll start here and then we'll work on the quote after because yeah, I'm not sure about this. I've only done 2 stitches and I can already see why an embroidery hoop would be so useful right now. So don't know what I did. Okay, so I'd say things are going pretty well until I reach the face, because this face is not it. And I can't go back now. Well, I guess I could, but I can't quite figure out how I'd fix it, so yeah. This is gonna be his face. Okay, so I finished the first half. It doesn't look too bad, except for the very messed up face right here. But otherwise, it's not terrible looking. The inside, on the other hand, is a whole other story that we will not talk about, because it's a mess. Now, on to the second half. After a very, very long time, I have created what is supposed to look like Laura Jean and Peter Kavinsky, but I'm not quite sure it looks like that anymore. I guess if you use your imagination, it could look like them. So I think what I'm gonna do is put P plus LJ on the bottom and a little heart on top, because I was originally gonna do a quote on the bottom in the pink, but because this already took me so long to get to this point, I'm like, that quote ain't gonna cut it. So this is what we got. We got a little heart on top, what's supposed to be Peter and LJ, and then we got a P plus LJ. It's a little hard to see on camera, but this is the completed attempt at embroidering a tote bag. It's a little bit lower than I like, but it's not bad. That's my completed tote bag, based on To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Check out the movie if you haven't, and let me know in the comments what you think of this first attempt. I don't think it was a complete fail, but could definitely use some work. As always, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave comments because we'd love to hear from you.